Look at this name. Haven't seen this one for a while. All Joe McFly. Don't get carried away with how high Bitcoin goes. Just keep DCA and don't lose your sight. If you want to put 1% towards something more risky, but don't overdo it. Great advice. And don't be afraid to, another thing on this, don't be afraid to, say 5% of your stack. You want to sell some of that, or just sell some of your MicroStrategy shares. But, the only thing more scarce than Bitcoin is time. And if you've been putting something off, if you've been waiting, if you've been, eating craft dinner every night for a couple of years, it's okay. Buy some steaks, take a holiday, buy whatever you need to that's going to make your life better. Don't go out and sell it all. Obviously, that's never the goal here, is to trade real money for fake money. But, you deserve it. Truly. The flip side of that, though, is that this is what they're going to do. They're going to absolutely run up the price of Bitcoin, and they're going to tempt you to sell. And as soon as you sell any Bitcoin, it's going to go right into the BlackRock vacuum. That's their only move at this point. Once they get past the FUD, once they want this thing to run, once they have enough Bitcoin, they feel like anyways, they're just going to pump it up. And what are they going to do? They're going to make people sell, because they can't print Bitcoin. They can't go out into the mountain and find more Bitcoin. They have to get your Bitcoin. And the only way that they can do that with unlimited capital is by tempting you to sell it. So we talked about at the start of the show, a 10 times run in 2024. It could be much, 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 much higher than that, because their only game here is to take your Bitcoin. And how are they going to get that Bitcoin from you? They're going to make you sell it. And how are they going to make you sell it? They're going to run it up. They're not going to run it down, because they have a whole lot invested in Bitcoin now. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Yep, this is absolutely right. I don't know how to say this name, but the Titanic sunk with people who would oppose the Federal Reserve. World War I was born at night, but not last night. Yep. And the crazy thing about that whole thing is that he's got his vest on today. The crazy thing about that is, like, I think that if you look at the Titanic movie, it came out when? 1997? When did the internet become mainstream? 1997? Do you think they were at all worried about the narrative of the Titanic, of the Federal Reserve, of the fiat dollar getting out of control now that information's been decentralized? We're going to create this Hollywood blockbuster movie, 3.5 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio, Kate Winslet, this love story, sad story. So then for the next 20 years, people are just going to think of that when they think of the Titanic. They're not going to think of the people who are opposing the Federal Reserve when it sunk. I don't know. Could be coincidence. Could be. There are no coincidences, right? Look at this. Roger, Jory, you were a veteran in the 88 Brigade during the meme war of 2020. Isn't that true? I mean, it's a little bit different, obviously, but it's the same kind of thing. And that's what I said last night. I said, the memes won Trump the election. That's how people learn things nowadays. That's how you change somebody's mind. They don't read a book. They don't watch a documentary. You show them a meme right in their face, visual of something, they get it. They're not going to watch a 20-minute video on it, but they'll see a meme on it and they'll be like, okay, that makes sense. That's funny. It's relatable. It's real.